Welcome back to the Dan Patrick Show. Paul Burmeister, Ross Tucker, Shaun O'Hara, who appreciates Creed so much, who we're listening to. You actually saw him live recently.
Yeah, I used to bounce for them when I was at Rutgers. I used to bounce. I was a peacekeeper. I would do concerts, and I bounced at the Stone Pony down in Asbury Park and trade wins. Creed was selling CDs out of the trunk of their car. Nobody knew who they were. And, so I've seen them live numerous times back before they were.
Ever actually bounce somebody?
No, I was a peacekeeper.
Okay.
I gently escorted the crowd surfing nutbags that were at these concerts down to the ground and never dropped one of them on their head. Never happened.
I'll never forget. So I would bounce at the concerts that Princeton would get. And one time we had Train, and I can't remember who else we had. It was Train and somebody else.
Oh, Drops of Jupiter, yes.
Right, but it was during
very eloquent.
It was during midterms.
Train.
There might have been 100 kids there.
The Train?
Yeah, the head lead singer of Train was looking at me like, really? I'm like, dude,
sure,
it's midterms. I don't tell you.
Probably some really cool dance moves happening at that concert.
I was like, I'm only here because I'm getting $12 an hour. I don't know.
Were they whipping and nay-naying?
I don't remember what they were doing. It was funny.
Unfortunately, Phil Collins never came through town.
No, I wish.
Yeah.
Now, tell me, you like In the Air Tonight, right? It's a football song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he and Jim Brewer were making fun of me yesterday.
Really?
We just like to make fun of Ross.
That I tell you, when I hear that, still to this day, when I hear that song, I think about pregame stretching. Because in Cleveland, when Butch Davis came up to Cleveland, that was their song down in Miami. Obviously, they used to play that every time. So I'd be going through, in my mind, I start going through the warm-up routine that we would have before the game, and the hair on the back of my neck stands up.
I want to get to some football here quickly, but thinking about your time with the Giants and thinking about the Odell Beckham situation, the way he behaved, I thought it was – I said it was embarrassing, but you're a former Giant. How do you describe it?
You know, it was embarrassing, and I think when he went back and saw how he acted and everything, I think he was embarrassed. I mean, everybody saw his statement. I've never seen a player get that out of control and get that whipped up. I mean, look, if you play football in the NFL by your second year, you've heard everything. So I don't know how you can blame anything on something somebody said. People have talked junk to you your whole life. So to me, that was a poor excuse. And I never understood the fact that you're the best receiver in the game right now. People are comparing you to Jerry Rice just 2 years into it. Why would you feel like you have to go and do all this? And on the first drive of the game, he blew right by Josh Norman. Josh Norman, I mean, he dropped the ball. So I think he was more angry at the drop than anything that was said. And that's why he, blew a gasket. But you just ran by one of the best corners in the game. You're the best receiver in the game. What more do you have to prove? You don't have to do all those shenanigans. I think he regrets it.
Totally agree. I want to get into some of the other stuff around the NFL with you. AFC, can anybody beat the Patriots? And if so, who?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Eagles can. The Patriots are not what they were earlier on this year, and rightfully so. You lose Edelman. I mean, when Edelman went down against the Giants, that offense completely changed. And now you lose Amendola. The reason why Bill Belichick said we want to kick is because that offense couldn't do anything. He was more worried about going 3 and out. And then the Jets being able to just
who's going to beat them?
Kick the field goal.
Brock and the Broncos, AJ and the Bengals.
I'll tell you, the Broncos defense alone could win that game. It would just basically be Brock hand the ball over. Denver's that good. I think Denver could win. And then the Chiefs.
What about the Chiefs?
They're hot. I know that's your old
17-13. They beat the Browns.
Dude, listen, we've been sleeping on Alex Smith for years, but I tell you what, the dude just finds a way. He'll get you to the championship game. He may not win you the Super Bowl, but he'll get you to the championship game.
Who deserves to be called the best team in the NFC, the Panthers or the Cardinals?
Oh, that's a tough one. I love Carolina. I love just how they mash people up on both sides of the ball. But Arizona, they've got the big plays going right now, and they're the fountain of youth. I mean, Dwight Freeney's balling out. Carson looks phenomenal. The big plays that down the field. It's week in and week out, and he still finds ways to get behind your defensive secondary. That's going to be a great NFC matchup if they meet in the championship game. I'll still take Carolina though.
Still take Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about a wild card? What wild card has the best chance to go win the Super Bowl?
Probably Seattle. I don't think anybody wants to face Seattle. The one thing is they're going to be on the road the whole way, so that changes things. But Seattle, I mean, their defense is suffocating, even without Cam Chancellor. And having him when he does come back, they're one of the most physical defenses out there. So they just totally wreck what you want to do offensively.
Final minute for you, Shaun. We're talking to Shaun O'Hara, the former New York Giant. As an analyst now, what is more difficult for you to do? What gives you more angst? Criticizing Eli Manning when his play warrants it, or criticizing Tom Coughlin when we're talking about him the way we are now, as in should he keep his job?
Well, it pains me more to criticize Eli because he still buys me dinners. So I'm always, I don't want the gravy train to end. But you know what? I text Eli and I can bust his chops personally. So it's a little bit easier when I do go on air because I say, hey, look, I didn't say anything that I wouldn't say to your face. Coach Coughlin, I mean, I still treat him like he's a grandfather figure. You just gotta have a totally different respect for him.
Right. I've been told that was Tool at the top of our segment here, not Creed.
That was Tool? Are you sure? No, that was Creed. I think you're the Tool.
Question.
Very good choice.
That was definitely Creed.
That was awesome.
Doesn't matter now. That was good.
Right, maybe I'm the
well
Tool.
done.
Maybe I'm the Tool.
You owe me dinner now.
I owe you dinner.
Okay.
I owe you dinner, and it's nice that you're wearing Dan Patrick socks. Too.
Just keep wearing.
This guy steals socks.
We need to just keep playing
Who
fish.
does that?
Every time we play fish, I get tweets.
Have you ever worn anybody else's socks?
No.
I know. I'm not asking you. I know the answer from you. Have you ever just borrowed somebody's socks?
Yeah, if I forgot them for like in a game or a TV show.
So now, would you wash them before you gave them back, or would you just like throw them back in the guy's locker?
I'd probably throw them back in the guy's locker, and then my wife would criticize me for not washing them first.
Amongst other things. Shaun O'Hara of NFL Media. Man of many socks.
Thanks, guys.
Yes. Good to see you.
Happy New Year to you both.
All right.
Likewise.
Thanks for coming in.
Great job here.